legs up the wall is a great place to be. Legs straight to the sky. If you've got tighter hamstrings, bend your knees and grab behind your legs. Now imagine your whole spine flattening against the ground. If you've got a wall near you, you're welcome to roll your feet against the actual wall. We're going to be here for about 2 minutes. So the objective is for blood to drain out of your appendages down into your torso, giving you some life force energy. You're going to feel a natural alignment of your spine. So from your head to the base of your tailbone, imagine it getting longer, like your vertebrae are just flattening against your mat. Every exhale, you melt and soften. If you feel like your legs are shaking and it's hard to hold this position, you could put a block or a pillow under your butt to give your legs a little bit more height, or just bend your knees more and hold behind your knees. Keep breathing. As we start to build your life force energy, in the yogic practice they call it prana, P-R-A-N-A, prana. There are many things that go into building your life force energy. High energy movement, getting your heart rate up for at least 20 minutes a day. Also the opposite, taking moments like this in relaxation and meditation. Eating nourishing and amazing foods, things that make your body feel like they're getting nutrients, nutrient-dense whole foods, things that come from the ground, natural sources. Another way to build your life force energy is lots of water. I'm always aiming for at least my body weight in ounces. My minimum a day is 100 ounces, and I'm always trying, I weigh 140 pounds, so I'm always trying for 140 ounces. Another way to build life force energy, maintaining intimate and good relationships. Cultivating a spiritual practice and a connection to not just your body, but yourself, that spirit. Take your right leg and bend it over top in a figure 4 stretch. Bend your left knee enough that it's basically just like a little shelf for your right ankle. You can hold it with your hands, that's a great place to stay, or place your hands against the ground, light side of your palms against the earth like brakes, and then windshield wiper your legs left and right. Keeping that figure 4 formation enables that external hip rotation to take any tension out of your right low back and hip. I'm listing so many things that build your prana, your life force energy, but you can name a few extra too, things that help you. Maybe a good glass of wine and a giggle with friends. For Cromer, it'd be vodka. For me, it'd probably be more tequila. Getting a really good night's sleep. Expressing gratitude or being with your animals. Kim has great dogs she loves to be with. All right, team, hold this same figure 4 formation. Plant your left heel on the ground. Your legs in this figure 4 formation drop to the left. So now my right foot is on the earth. My left outer thigh is against the ground. If you've got the flexibility, move all of your legs in the same formation up towards your left armpit a little higher. Just tug them up a little higher. Replant your right foot against the ground. An added stretch bonus is to take your left hand and push your right knee towards the front of your mat. Again, your left hand takes your right knee and pushes it away from your face. It's a very subtle hip flexor, right IT band, TFL opener. spirit. There's an expression, tener duende. It's like building the fire in your spirit, like you've got that thing. There's an old story about a monk, a Parisian monk in the 1600s, that he had so much duende, let's say. He was someone people really wanted to be around. He had so much spark that people would travel hundreds of miles just to watch him peel potatoes. Think about being someone that's so bright and amazing, someone that you just want to be around, that you'd watch them peel potatoes and be entertained. Well, there probably wasn't as much to do in the 1600s.
I was going to say they didn't have anything.
All right, team, come back to center. Let's go back to legs up the wall. Reset for a second. Big breath in. Stretch them up. You can stay, and I'm going to have Kim stay here beautifully. Cromer's going to take her legs into like a half plow. So your hands support your butt. It's just a little halfy. Why I say that is it's more of a hamstring stretch. If you've got no neck sensitivity, you can tuck your chin to your chest and make it a tiny bit more of a plow. But don't lose the leg emphasis here. Reach your toes over your head towards the ground. Stay long in the backside of your calf muscles. Hands support you. I even really like that halfway point where I can grab my peace fingers to my big toes, and I'm still pulling my legs straight, but at the same time my tailbone lifts off the ground. Find kind of a center place, please, between the two. Legs up the wall is a perfect place to remain. That's restorative, helping your ankles and knee joints get all the blood flow back. Grab your ankles or your toes, tug your legs wide, and rock it side to side. Gentle stretch to open up your low back. So your quadratus lumborum, the QL muscles, the love handle muscles, if you would, they're responsible in your low back for keeping you upright. But we often have a hyperlordosis in your low back, a big curvature. So your core muscles have to hold you in really tight. That's when we often get low back pain, because your core muscles are underactive. So right now, you're massaging out those low back muscles that can oftentimes be underactive. Breathe in. Figure 4 your left ankle over top of your right. Hands by your sides, windshield wiper here, side to side. Stretch, this 15-minute burst each day. Every day you did it, your body would feel different. That's the beauty of it. You're asking yourself for a moment, how can I feel a little bit better with each movement? And remembering that a dull ache, that resistance, is a good thing to be met. Plant your right foot. Let your legs fall over to the right in that same figure 4 formation. Oh yeah. Then you can wiggle your whole legs up towards your right armpit more. You can take your right hand and encourage your left leg away from your face. We're never looking for a pinching sensation or a sting like a needle. The dull ache, that's your muscle transforming. You know, I was recently stretching someone important to me, and this person was super resistant. Like, you could feel their body wasn't receiving the energy of the stretch. I want you to imagine that this was medicine for your body, which it is. And then every time you feel that resistance, give yourself a breath or two and say, okay, this is medicine. No need to defend, no need to block. Let's just cool and calm, because the work you're doing right now, this just short 15 minutes to stretch and decompress, has exponential value. You may not see the benefits right here, but man, oh man, of time, this little stretch, it'll prevent so many injuries, prevent inflammation, which eventually turns into disease in the body. We want to come back to that state of ease, even if it's just for this little time we have together. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, and gently roll a few times, rock and roll, get some momentum. And I like to do this as a back massage, so take a few times. If you like to extend your legs straighter over your head, it's kind of fun for the hamstring work. And you'll meet me at a seat for 2 different variations. Let's all start in Janu Shirshasana. Tuck your right foot in and your left toes out. Good. Yep, Kim's got a great example. And then Kim, will you face Cromer on the mat when you do it? Good. Awesome. So Kim's going to be my example there, kind of folding in. If you want a little bit more, you'll lean into your left butt cheek and tuck your right foot behind you. This will just be a different kind of quad stretch. Awesome. Kim's got more inner outer thigh. Me and Cromer have a little bit more back right quad, and you're folding over your left leg. And again, start to notice the places where you feel less than energized, where your prana, that life force energy, might be draining. A lot of times, simply thinking about a certain thing can drain your thoughts, can drain your energy. As we practice the preventative medicine of stretching, of opening up those tight, resistant blocks that we've created, it's also very critical to be in the practice of mentally opening. Breathing louder than thoughts that serve you. So if it's a thought that causes stress or resistance or blockages, just focus on I am breathing in and I am breathing out. And over time, that neutral thought starts to become the norm rather than the anxiety spiraling and snowballing in the future. The only thing that's real is right here in this moment, and the more we can pay attention to the moment, the easier it becomes to be less stressed, less anxiety filled. Can you feel the way that your left leg feels against the ground? Can you feel the way your right leg feels against the ground? Just pay attention. Inhaling nice and deep. Exhaling. In your own way, just switch your legs. Take the opposite seated side stretch. Right leg long, left foot tucks in. You can fold over your right leg or kind of towards the center. Good. Kim's got a great example. If it felt right, you could tuck your left foot back behind you in more of a quad and ankle stretch variation, like a hero's or heron rather. My intention of working you through these 15-minute bursts, these little meditation bursts, if you would, is it's not really easy for me personally to sit in meditation for 15 minutes, like quietly, oming or sitting on, let's say, a meditation cushion. For me, it's easy to do a little bit of movement to distract. So as we transition or you listen to my voice guiding you, that's also meditation. It's a way for you to stay present. You're listening to the sound of my voice, the flow of the music. You're paying attention to the way that your toes feel pointed or flexed, how your calf muscle relaxes or tenses. Just that simplicity is presence. There's no secret, there's no miracle that you're gonna feel when you're like, check, did it, I'm present. It's a constant conditioning every day to come back to feeling your body where it is right now in time and space. And it's not like your worries will be healed or your anxiety will stop, but it does slow down. And then you're able to enjoy more of your life rather than worry about parts of life that haven't even happened yet. Tuck your toes under behind you for a toe squat. How do you feel about this one? Okay. Cromer likes to give me lots of feedback. All right, so in our final position, we're just going to be here for about a minute.
Oh man.
Keep your head up over your hip bones. This is already pretty intense. You can stay, and if you need a little bit of a relief, you can take your fingertips forward. Do your best to stay upright so the pressure from your spine, your torso, weighs down on the arches of your feet. Close your eyes and just breathe. Your feet are the foundation and the pathway up your spine. The 26 bones in your feet align directly to the 26 bones in your back. And so by you opening up your feet, you open up everything you walk on the rest of the day. This is where it starts. Your feet are the way that you move through the day, the way that you take a step forward or decide to take a step back. So with open feet, you get to move into your day, into your week, into your month with a little bit more open foundation. In these final 20 seconds, if you can fan your toes a little wider, sink into the stretch a little deeper, do it. It's okay again if you need to shift forward and come back in. That plantar fascia, that connective tissue in your feet, it'll eventually open and soften. And the more we open and soften that, the more your ankles, your knees, your hips, your low back, everything up the kinetic chain starts to react with more openness as well. Take a giant breath in and a giant breath out. Oh, it's just starting to feel good. And then gently pull your body weight forward.
My toes are numb now.
Pat your feet up. Cromer's toes are now perfect. Sit back into hero's pose. That just means toes are pointed. Sit back like that. And let's close the class together. You can either just absorb the affirmation, listening to them, or repeat after me out loud. Hey today.
Hey today.
I'm ready
I'm ready
for the best day of my life.
for the best day of my life.
It's a choice I make
It's a choice I made
to be present,
to be present,
to look for the
to
good,
look for the good,
and stay open.
and stay open.
Take a deep breath in, everybody. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you to Sarah and Kim for being awesome demos. Guys, these 15 minutes are meant to be repeated. Maybe daily, twice a day, whatever, especially if you've got hip or hamstring pain. If you're a runner, we just got done with a really long run, or a biker. These are great ways for you to do the anti-biking, anti-sitting, anti-running kind of stretch. Repeat, repeat, repeat until your body feels good to walk in and exist in again. Thank you for joining.